So although latterly the clapping has been questioned, and rightly so I think, I believe it was really good for building a sense of togetherness and community in neighbourhoods around the country. Amidst the horror of the pandemic, I think it helped folks to feel part of something positive. And it became a kind of weekly connecting point for neighbours, didn't it? Many of whom perhaps didn't know each other before all this began. It also didn't stand alone, but I think it's been part of a wider web of response. So we've seen the creation of lots of local networks offering help and mutual support. Here in Manchester, we've seen people coming together locally to make meals, masks, collect prescriptions, coordinate shopping trips, reach out to the most vulnerable in our communities, as well as lifting spirits with pictures and posters and messages of hope and love that have been displayed in the windows around our neighbourhood. And so as I reflect on all of this and think a little bit about what we might want to do differently going forwards, I kind of find myself asking why we wouldn't want to continue to nurture this kindness and connection when the coronavirus crisis is over. Admittedly, the kindness and connection was born of crisis and a particular need, which over time will disappear. But surely what could follow is an opportunity to connect in different ways. So many of our churches struggle to reach out to their local communities in meaningful and mutual ways. But I feel like the experience of the last 10 weeks or so has provided opportunity for some of us to begin to do that. And for me, these beautiful neighbourly acts have been glimpses of the kingdom. There have been places where I've encountered Jesus in the faces of my new friends, albeit in a socially distanced way. And so what I would love to see is our streets and our neighbourhoods be the focus for the church as we emerge from lockdown, not necessarily our services and our buildings. I would love to see us being encouraged by church leaders to prioritise investment in these new relationships and to spend time considering how we might help and support one another to do that. Let's find creative ways to nurture these fledgling friendships that we've found and foster local community for the common good. And I'd also like to suggest that we do that with the help of those who have been doing it for years. I come from a community organising and pioneering background, and I just feel that there's real richness there in those areas that could help at this time. You know, they're folks who have been building relationships and working to connect communities for a long time. So they've got skills, tools, resources, experience that could be shared at this time that could be really helpful. So I suggest we go and ask, and also seek out what's already happening in our neighbourhoods and join in. Not simply pick up where we left off or feel like we always have to be the instigator of things, but perhaps see it as invitation to be listeners during these next few months as we serve alongside others of faith and none and work together for human flourishing. And maybe then, in the light of what we see and hear, then we can think about the kinds of church communities that we would like to see or that we need to support and enable this mission. What do we need to encourage, equip and inspire us in the work of connecting and befriending, of being people of peace, of challenging injustice, of standing with those who are overlooked or ignored? Let's not simply assume that what we had before is what's needed now, but let's use this unique time to listen, to be attentive to where we see God at work already, and to pray for the courage to let go of some of what we think we know and join in.